fellow griefers and trolls. Eric the Plague Doctor, 981YT here. And beekos, welcome back to more Elder Scrolls Online. My favorite multiplayer game of all time. So in the last one we started things over in Elsewhere. And are assisting, well, Captain Naladu, Lord Garishri, and Chimera, as well as Abner Tharn. Let's see what Abner Tharn has for us today.
A parley with Euraxia is a capital idea. I'll send word to Rimmon to expect us. I imagine my half-sister will treat us as befits my station and agree to the meeting. Attend to any other matters if you must, then see me when you're ready to leave.
We should come up with a plan for negotiating with Euraxia.
It just so happens I already have one. It involves distracting my half-sister with wit, charm, and words she barely comprehends. Oh, and you. Euraxia never could resist a pretty face. You'll pretend to be my bodyguard and personal valet.
You want me to be your valet?
Consider it obfuscation to hide your true purpose. We don't want to give Euraxia a reason to react poorly to overtures of reconciliation. Not that I expect to reach an accord, but still. Meet me in Rimmon and we'll enter the palace together.
Alright, I'll meet you there.
Go on, go on. I'm capable of traveling to Rimmon on my own. We'll meet up at the city gates and go to the palace from there. I'm relatively certain Euraxia will honor the parley, but be prepared for anything. She's still a Tharn, after all.
Yeah, I'm not gonna talk to you. I've got no use for talking with Khajiits if it's optional.
I expected sorrow and despair, but the situation here goes beyond even my prophetic inklings.
Are you sure Rimmon looks peaceful to me?
On the surface, yes. But peace through tyranny provides false harmony. Euraxia uses fear and threats of violence to keep the Khajiit in line, making them second-class citizens in their own province. It appalls me to think Euraxia and I are related.
Fear and threats of violence. What do you mean exactly?
It would be better if I showed you. Follow me and I'll demonstrate the true depths of my half-sister's villainy. Her grip on Rimmon is far tighter than it appears.
Alright, show me how Euraxia keeps the Khajiit in line.
Very well. But what I'm about to show you isn't for the faint of heart. Follow me. Have you ever visited a Rimmon workhouse?
This one never
They treat the
trusted
Khajiiti
Ambassador
workers
Tareem.
worse than
At
slaves.
least he'll have an embassy in Elden.
It's that building over there. For most of Rimmon's Khajiit, it's the only job available to them. The workhouse serves to snare the poor and the destitute, those who fall behind on their debts. They come here to find employment and earn a decent wage, but the costs deducted to pay for room and board leave them worse off than they were before.
The workhouse accepts only Khajiit workers?
One of the first things Euraxia did after declaring herself queen was to institute tariffs and fines that apply only to Khajiiti citizens. No one else needs the workhouse. A cruel tactic, but
there's a Khajiit can do.
The Rimmon Khajiit? No. Any complaints incur fines for causing a public disturbance or some other inane ordinance. No one wants to risk falling even further into debt. It's ingenious. Monstrous, but ingenious.
It sounds like slavery.
Oh, Euraxia is clever. She pays the Khajiiti, and the workhouse isn't technically a prison. On the surface, it appears to be a place that helps society's unfortunates, but underneath, it's slavery without any of the uncomfortable trappings.
Let's move on.
Now, let's visit the Rimmon marketplace. Take a look around. Business seems to be thriving, but appearances can be deceiving. It may be hard to see, but the Khajiiti merchants struggle to keep their stalls open, while the less bestial business people rake in the profits. Euraxia would have you believe it's a matter of work ethic, but we know better.
You're saying the Khajiit merchants are treated unfairly.
Unfairly doesn't begin to cover it. Khajiiti merchants must deal with high tariffs, extra inspection fees, costly licenses. Euraxia's squeezing them for every piece of gold imaginable. She even instituted a fur tax.
A fur tax?
On the surface, it seems reasonable to make Khajiiti pay for extra inspections to ensure their fur isn't getting into the products they sell. And while they do shed, it's just another way to discriminate against the rightful citizens of this land.
Let's move on.
Come along. I want to show you the improvements Euraxia made to the palace walls. See the trebuchets? Notice how they're aimed into the city below. See how the weapons sit upon the walls? When it comes right down to it, you're looking at the secret of my half-sister's success.
What do you mean?
How else do you think Euraxia maintains order and keeps the Elsewhere Defense Force at bay? She declared publicly, and has repeated often, that any attempt to liberate Rimmon will see her unleash the full fury of the siege weapons upon the city.
Euraxia would destroy the city?
If Euraxia can't have Rimmon, then neither can anyone else. She'd destroy the city in a heartbeat if she thought she was in danger of losing control. Of course, she tells her non-bestial subjects that only the Khajiiti districts are targeted.
Can they really target the weapons that precisely?
Absolutely not. But the lie makes her supporters feel better. The Khajiit know that even a peaceful protest could result in the destruction of Rimmon. So far, no one has dared Euraxia's will in this matter, and for good reason.
I think it's time we had a little chat with your sister.
When we get to the palace, let me do the talking. As the Elder Tharn, I'll demonstrate my dominance over Euraxia and negotiate a cessation of hostilities.
Ah, here come Queen Euraxia's guests now.
I don't like the looks of these meddlers. I say we feed them to the dragons and be done with it.
So you're Abner Tharn's bodyguard and valet. Not what I expected. I assume you want to follow your master into the Queen's inner sanctum, huh? I'll allow it. But first, I want to gauge the measure of your marrow.
You're one of Euraxia's necromancers.
I am Queen Euraxia's chief necromancer. You may call me Zumog Foom. The other grave callers answer to me. And this is my familiar and confident Sir Cadwell the Betrayer.
Is that Cadwell's head?
Ah, yes. The Betrayer saw you when it looked through the soul-shriven's eyes. The creature you know is a pale shadow of the dark night that once walked these lands. I examined his remains and reanimated. Well, his head. It was all I could find.
Why did you dig up his head?
My actions don't concern you. I just wanted to meet Abner Tharn's lackey and determine if Queen Euraxia had anything to fear. The answer is quite clear. Your insignificance rivals that of the soul-shriven fool, which makes you eminently forgettable.
Now about the rest of my body, O pestilent one.
Your insults won't hasten the process, betray.
Presenting Abner Tharn, Grand Chancellor and Overlord of Nibene, Imperial Battle Mage of the Elder Council, and Patriarch of the Tharn Dynasty, and his bodyguard.
Ah, half-brother, your arrival, it's so unexceptional.
Pretending to be a queen is...
Hush, Abner, you bore me. Bodyguard, you look interesting. Come talk to me.
You heard her. Good luck.
My sources indicated that my son's murderer was somewhat taller. Ah, well. Now, why in the world should I even consider negotiating with the monster who murdered my dear Javad?
We came to warn you. The dragons consider you a puppet and they plan to betray you.
A warning? How thoughtful. Know that I defeated the Khajiiti army and took control of the Rimmon throne? I am no one's puppet, I assure you. But why do you suppose I have anything to do with dragons?
There's no need to play games with me. Mulamir admitted to your alliance when we spoke.
Sweet talk? From an associate of my half-brother? I'm flattered. Shall we retire to the dungeons? We'll engage in the most interesting activities, you and I. You'll positively beg for mercy right up until the end, and then I'll give you to Foom.
You're no fool, Queen Euraxia. You know Mulamir will destroy you once you've served your purpose.
Do not attempt to sway me with your silver tongue. Mulamnir and I have a special relationship, an understanding. The dragons will secure my holdover elsewhere, and there's nothing you or my pathetic half-brother can do to stop them.
Think about it. You're doing exactly what Mulamir wants you to do.
Zumog Foom, what news do you bring?
The Desert Wind Adaptorium has fallen. We move against Riverhold on your word.
Then the word is given. Now, half-brother.
Treachery? How could I ever have anticipated this?
Guards, take them to the dungeons.
I think not. Well, I suppose that could have gone better.
Where are we and how did we get
I
here?
prepared for Euraxia's probable betrayal. Unfortunately, my teleport spell was quite able to penetrate the palace, so we wound up down here, in the palace.
Did you hear what Euraxia said to Foom?
We heard two things of note. First, Euraxian forces have invaded the Desert Wind Adaptorium for some insidious purpose. And second, my vile half-sister ordered an attack on Riverhold.
We need to warn Garish
One
Reed.
thing at a time, my companion, one thing at a time. I need to recover my strength after teleporting us into this hole. I'll need your help to get out of here. Then we can deal with both Desert Wind and Riverhold.
Alright, stay close. Skeevers. Did we go in a circle? I think we went in a circle. Let's see, where do we go? Because we're going in circles. Looks like there's a passage over there that we keep passing. There it is.
Over there. The Queen wants them alive.
See if she'll double back again, and then we can use the Blade of Woe.
sea, just as the Queen anticipated.
The way out, finally. I can't abide another moment in this stench. Well, that's an experience I won't be adding to my memoirs. We'll separate here. Make it harder for Euraxia's lackeys to follow us.
We failed. The parley was a disaster.
Now. Things actually turned out better than I expected. We know that Euraxia wants something from the Desert Wind Adeptorium, and we know she's about to launch a counter-strike against Riverhold.
There's no way I can be in 2 places at the same time.
That's not exactly true. If my power wasn't depleted... Well, let's not digress. I'll go to Riverhold and warn Garishri. We'll make sure the city is ready for the attack. Meanwhile, you find out what's happening at the Desert Wind Adeptorium.
What is the Desert Wind Adeptorium, and where do I find it?
Adeptoriums serve the same function as monasteries in other parts of Tamriel. Desert Wind and its adepts follow the order of Jean Kaj. It's west of here, on the northern lip of the scar. Look for a side entrance if the main door is blocked.
Alright, I'll go to the Adeptorium.
You made certain the Khajiit will have a voice in Eldenroot. Thank you.
Man, this is just far the fuck out here, ain't it?
Seal the gates. Let no Euraxian enter this holy place.
get up to that sky shard? No way that I'm seeing. Oh well.
Invaders! This one will not allow you to enter this holy place. You do not look like one of the Usurper Queen's soldiers. Who are you, and what are you doing down here?
I work with Garishri. I heard about the attack on the Adaptorium and came to help.
The Speaker of the Main sent you? This one expected we were on our own, what with the dragons and the battles to the north. Zamarak came down here to seal this path, but now he thinks the Euraxians seek the Grand Adept.
Why would Euraxia's soldiers want the Grand Adept?
Desert Wind holds many Khajiit secrets, and the keeper of those secrets is the Grand Adept. If you truly want to help, follow Zamarak to the Grand Adept's chambers. Nine Winds, no! Get to the door! Go! Save the Grand... Go! This one will find another side.
You are too late. The Grand Adept revealed all before I killed her. You will fall like wheat before a blaze. Wipe out the entire order. Help me! Don't let Zumog Foom take my soul!
Zumog Foom, what's happening to you?
Zumog Foom! This is the Necromancer's doing. Even in death, I continue to serve.
Why would Zumog Foom do this to you?
He called it a blessing. Said it would protect me. Damn him! He claimed my soul! Please, you must help me. Release me from this curse!
Tell me what you came here for and I'll try to set you free.
We came for an ancient secret, protected by the Grand Adept. She put up a good fight, I'll give her that. Zumog Foom seeks the location of the Betrayer's body parts. I learned where the dismembered corpse was hidden. Now, please, help me!
Alright, I'll set you free.
You are wrong. The secret belongs to me. What the battle mage knew in life, she whispers to me in death. Soon Riverhold will fall, and the Betrayer will be restored.
Let the fourth wind open the way. Grand Adept! No! Zamarak has failed. What has happened here? Who killed the Grand Adept?
One of Euraxia's battle mages. I killed her, but I was too late to save the Grand Adept.
Zamarak thanks you for avenging the Grand Adept. But why did they attack this peaceful Adeptorium? Why kill a harmless old student of the Desert Winds?
It's as you suspected. They sought one of the Grand Adept's secrets. Unfortunately, they succeeded.
The Usurper Queen made a mistake when she had the Grand Adept killed. Whatever they came to find had an unintended consequence. It has roused the students of the Desert Winds. Zamarak pledges the Adepts to Gareshri's cause. Euraxia will fall.
Then take the Adepts to Riverhold. That's where Euraxia plans to strike next.
We are not many, but we are strong. The Adepts of the Desert Wind will aid the city. Zamarak will see you there, after he makes sure the Grand Adept receives the proper blessings.
Yeah, this is interesting. Real interesting.
I informed Garesh Rhi and Chimera about what happened in Rimmon. They're mobilizing our remaining forces even as we speak. Now, tell me, what did you learn at the Desert Wind Adeptorium?
Euraxians were sent to get information for Zumog Foom. He wants to recover the Betrayer's body.
I often wondered who Cadwell was before he became a soul shriven. I know the tales of the Betrayer, but I never equated the two. The Cadwell we know is so... not that. We'll deal with Zumog Foom after we save Riverhold. Anything else to report?
The surviving Desert Wind Adepts are coming to help defend the city.
Well, that's a bit of welcome news. Many of the Adepts have remarkable martial skills that we could surely make use of. Speaking of which, are you ready to help defend the city?
What do you need me to do?
For now, recover your strength and prepare yourself. Euraxia's forces will arrive soon, and we'll need you ready for the battle to come. And here, take this. Garesh Rhi keeps handing me pouches, but I have little use for Khajiiti gold. Multiple Cadwells, necromancers, dragons, and now Euraxian soldiers marching on Riverhold. This day just keeps getting better and better. Regardless, there's much to do and not a lot of time to do it.
At least I made it back before Euraxia's soldiers started their attack.
Yes, but Garesh Rhi's scouts report that they're on their way. Our parley seems to have aroused Euraxia's anger. What remains of Elsewhere's militia has taken up positions around town, but I fear they are too few in number. They need your help.
What do you want me to do?
Rhi has placed the defense of the city in Chimera's hands. She moves the Desert Wind Adepts, every volunteer she could muster, and what remains of the militia like pieces on a game board. Report to her, and she'll give you your orders.
I'll report to Chimera.
Find Chimera outside and see what she requires. Euraxian soldiers will soon reach Riverhold. When that happens, all oblivion will break loose.
I sent Chimera out to coordinate the city's defenses while Tharn and I continue to refine our strategy. Can we hold this city, or should we fall back? I hope the battle mage can pull a miracle out of his ear, but we cannot count on that.
Why did you put Chimera in charge of the city's defenses?
Chimera knows Riverhold and its people well. Her training has prepared her for this. She is more than capable of organizing our defenses and converting our strategies into actionable tactics. She is very good at getting things done.
You really think Euraxia will attack the city?
When Euraxia first conquered our home, she occupied the entire upper tier of northern Elsewhere, from Riverhold to Rimmon. It took many years and much blood to retake the northwest and confine her to Rimmon. I have no doubt she will attack.
Can you actually hold out against her forces?
It won't be easy, but our strategy is sound and Chimera excels at executing tactics. Between Captain Nalado's remaining warriors and the Desert Wind Adepts you brought, we should have the forces we need, provided Euraxia does not send a dragon.
I'll go find Chimera.
Oh, this
We need your
spring
cart
is
to
at
help
its
barricade the
witching
city,
of a
Grishka.
book.
The
Then
maid will compensate.
Vassal in the title.
I knew nothing good would come of Abner Tharn's efforts to make peace with the usurper queen. Now she turns her attention to Riverhold. We must protect the city, no matter what Euraxia throws at us.
Tharn said to report to you for my orders.
So many have answered the call. Zamorak and the Desert Wind Adepts, the people of Riverhold. Even that strange Cadwell. And now you, Fiveclaw. Excellent! I have things that need to be done, but not enough hands to do them. If you are willing.
Tell me what you need me to do.
The outlying farms are vulnerable to attack. We need to get the farmers inside the walls before Euraxia's forces arrive. Go to Greenleaf Farm and convince Zazie to move her family. After that, I will send word as to what I need you to do next.
Wait, Walker. Zamarak will accompany you. Euraxians, here! We expected an attack from the east and south, but they've somehow encircled the town.
Get out! Who are you to burst into our home without permission? Wait, this one recognizes the brawny adept standing behind you. What do you want with Zazie and her family?
Zamorak and I came to warn you that the Euraxians are about to attack. You need to get into the town.
The Euraxians are already here! They seem to be searching for something, though so far they have left us alone. But this one's mate and brother, Kinaro and Hirsch, they are still in the fields, and we will not run while our family remains separated.
We can go look for Kinaro and Hirsch.
You would do that? Thank you, Walker. Kinaro would try to hide, but my brother, Hirsch, can be hot-headed, and he hates the Euraxians. A lethal combination when faced with Euraxian steel. Please, hurry.
Stay safe while we find your family members.
This one's son plans to join the militia. Zazie would rather keep him safe, but children never appreciate the advice of their elders, yes?
You mentioned your mate likes to hide. Any idea where I should look for him?
A few small caves lie to the west, in the hills. We use them for storage as they stay cool and dark, even on the hottest.
I should be the one to search for father and uncle, not these outsiders.
Stay back! Go away! Haven't you done enough?
I'm not one of Euraxia's soldiers. Zazie sent me to find you.
Zazie! Is she safe? Thank John and Jode. Dark moons, what a disaster! The soldiers appeared and chased us out of the fields. Then they started digging. Hirsch threw a rock. They responded with an arrow. Now my mate's brother is dead.
Any idea what the soldiers are looking for?
I heard one of the soldiers mention body parts. Such gruesome work. But no one is buried in our fields, at least as far as I know. Oh, Walker, I have no idea how Zazie will react to the news of Hirsch's death. Dark moons, indeed.
First things first, return to your farmhouse and gather your family, then get inside the town.
This one will say the words to guide Hirsch. to the sands behind the stars.
Thank you, Adam. I'll go and break the seal. We all grieve for Hirsch.
This one's brother now walks the endless sands behind the stars. Zazi's sorrow is only eclipsed by the hatred she feels towards the Araxians.
You can grieve later. Right now, you have to take your family and get inside the town.
This one's brother would want us to stay here and defend our farm. Zazi would be a poor sister and a poorer matriarch of this family if she tucked her tail between her legs and slunk away.
Euraxian forces are right outside. You'll all die here, just like your brother.
But, damn you, Walker! We can't even spare a moment to take care of Hirsch's remains? No. The living are more important than the dead. We will go into the city. However, if this one gets killed anyway, she promises to haunt you.
Zamorak promised to take care of Hirsch. You just be careful and stay safe.
Ah, Five Claw. Good. I have another task for you. I hoped to catch you before you were done here. I need you to head west. Nalado's scouts identified a number of Euraxian supply camps set up near the mountains. I want you to help Nalado and her soldiers disrupt the Euraxian supply lines.
Alright, what do you need me to do?
These western camps support the soldiers that encircle the city. Find the camps, startle their horses, and set fire to their wagons. Nalado's soldiers will grab whatever supplies they can, but your goal is to inflict mayhem and destruction.
Mayhem and destruction. I can do that.
Once you scare off the horses and set fire to the wagons, that will be the signal for Nalado's soldiers to grab the supplies. And if any of the Euraxians complain, feel free to deal with them however you see fit.
I think the soldiers are also looking for the body parts Zumagfum seeks.
Zumagfum! He wants to resurrect the betrayer from the ancient tales of Kunzari. Ever since Abner Tharn made the Moonsingers recall those legends, we have been haunted by them. But that is the next problem. First, we must protect Riverhold.
I'll go take care of those supply
Do
camps.
some damage, Five Claw. You were right, Five Claw. They are searching.
Sleek and lively. Grab what you can. quickly. Take as much as you can carry. Well done, 5 Claw. Let's go over there. If those dungheads had proper tails, what we did to their supply camps would put a kink in them. One more small task, 5 Claw, if you are willing. This one would have you help the strange one named Cadwell.
What's Cadwell doing that requires my aid?
Cadwell was adamant about helping our cause. He's been tinkering with bits and scraps, claims he's made traps to slow down the Euraxians. If you would, help the strange one set his traps where the Euraxians are sure to spring them.
Where can I find Cadwell?
Cadwell works along the main road that heads south out of Riverhold. Make sure he doesn't blow himself to bits, yes? Now, Nalado must return to the city before the Euraxians arrive in force. This one wants to be there when the battle truly begins.
I'll go help Cadwell.
So good to see you again. I missed you terribly. Now, mind where you step. I had no idea I could make such delightful murder toys. You don't want to stick a toe into any of them, though. Blew my little piggy right off.
Wait, you didn't know you could make traps?
I can play a lute. Magnificent sword play, my speciality. Can even make a delicious Daedra heart flambe. But these doodads that go kaboom just popped into my head while thinking about how to help the catfolk. I quite like the catfolk.
So you just figured out how to make traps by thinking about it.
Wouldn't that be remarkable? Decide you need to know something and it just occurs to you in a flash of inspiration. Chocolate souffle. No, it didn't work. More likely, it's something I knew before they chopped my head off and scrambled my memories.
That's how you originally died, right?
Took it right off the old body, yes. Not that I recall details. Probably better that way. Anywho, you can help me arm the last few traps along the road. Just twiddle the spring and tweak the fiddly bit. Carefully. Watch. I'll show you.
I'll arm the traps along the road.
To arm a trap, just twiddle this bit like so, and... Oh dear. I'm fine. I twiddled when I should have tweaked. Just a wee watch, that's all. Oh my, it's happening again.